Hello everybody and welcome to the Adventures of Drawing. I'll draw a scene for you using a variety of pencils, a blending stump and an eraser. So without further ado, let's go right into this. And I'm right now doing something that I wanted to do before, or I had in mind for the stream, or it just falls into the category of me doing different things, which is putting the horizon line right up there instead of the lower third or fourth of the scene. And by those lines that I've laid out, you can maybe already guess what I'm doing or what I'm going to try to do, which is recreating or having another try at those sand dunes that I tried the day before yesterday. And going right here, those ones in the background are not supposed to have any lighting or shadowing. Just want something to be there, or maybe I should just go in there a little bit to not leave it completely light in between. Maybe a couple of different values to indicate different inclination towards the sunlight. Getting rid of the lines a little bit, maybe like this. Okay. Now I'll do the easy part, which is the ones that are in the very back or next to the ones in the very back. And we don't have a lot of foreshortening here, so that's why those are rather easy. Now, where do I want to start? So I had a plan for this, which is this right here. So, of course, the ridge of the dunes is not one completely straight line. So those lines that I laid out, I'm going to make them a little bit more wobbly right now. And I think they have to be higher on the side than right here. Right here they are just coming towards us, and there's only the left and right, and everything that goes up and down is foreshortened, but here we have got some up and down that is visible as well. So, okay. We only see a little bit. No, we should see more of the sides right here. Like, but it would be more like this. Okay, so yeah, we see less of it. completely unsure about that, but it should be like this. Yeah, just gonna go like that. Okay. Some more random cross-hatching in the background, like this, for the illusion of detail back there. Like so. Some darker parts, some lighter parts. Like this. Okay. Now, let's say the light comes from the left. So we've got this entire area in the shadow right here. Okay, like this. Let's go across the other direction. To get a lot of detail, we have to get rid of the cross-hatching structure. I mean, I'm not going for too much detail, but in order for us to see those small light areas that slope down to the left, I have to make this a little bit more even. Okay. And then we've got the shadow parts here. Going down to the right. Like this. Maybe a couple of lines here as well. A little bit of a wavy surface. Like that, and also in here, some parts darker than others. Yeah. Okay, so now let's say we've got like this. From each peak. Maybe that's a little bit too steep, but should look round about like this on this side. Like this right here and like that. Right there, that's going to be the shape. Going up right here. And then right here it would be coming down like this. Okay. Now I hope this is going to help me a little bit. So up on the left we're seeing the shadows right here. Like so. I think I will go darker with this later. Yeah, it's not totally congruent with us seeing the dark areas or light areas right here, but that's okay. It's a mistake I made. I'm just going in and trying this out. Learning by doing, as I do here. I didn't think it all through. Okay, just going across the other direction to get it a little darker. Now down here in the middle we get sort of the transition from the dark to the light area, so I make the light area on the left just a little bit dark, just give it a little bit of a value, and then to the left side we go darker. Like so. Same right here, but we see less of the bright side. A little bit like this. And then we go darker right here. Okay, maybe like that. I can go even darker later with a darker pencil, so I'm not worrying too much right now. And right here you can see just a little bit of the light area, and it gets to the dark area pretty fast. Maybe like that. Like so. Okay. Now down here. Similar thing. We get the light area to the right. Like this. And then the dark area to the left. Like so. And then right here, you see less of the dark area. Always goes down the middle, the separation. For me right now, anyways. Depends on where the light comes from, but I want to make it easy for myself with this. You can always make it more difficult later, but it's always a good idea to start easy. Since even though I make it easy for myself, it's not going to be perfect. I need to get this down before I start anything more difficult with this. Right there. And then this is pretty much only the light side we see right here. And you can see a little bit of a shadow back there. I don't know, maybe like that. Okay, let me maybe get a little bit more of a separation between the upper part and the lower part. By making this right here darker. Just the ridge is going to be the darkest part of the shadow side. Going down here. Like this. Like so, maybe. And the next one I can barely even see. I think it goes right here. Whoops. That's my nose poking in there. I had to shift my point of view since the light is reflecting on the graphite right here from the point where I normally look. So I often can't see the values in the left area of my drawing. I often just do it and I estimate since I can't see. But right now I want to see what I do here. Okay, so ridge gets darker here as well. Like this. Darker shadows up here. Like this. And then in the middle right here. over here as well, of course. Oh, I see I'm dragging a lot of, whoops, graphite all over the place. So let's grab this separation thing. Okay, looks pretty wild, and I don't know, not very pretty, not very even lines, but at least this gets the separation going between the shadow areas over here. Right there, it's not so important on the right side, since we've got a separation through light and shadow, and it's not all shadow values, but I mean, of course, there we've got the darkest values right here, so I'm going to put them in. Just a little bit like this. Okay, now I want to add some waves going into the distance, not from left to right, but approaching us or going away from us, however you want to look at it. And I think I'm just going to use the lines that I made earlier for this, for my reference. So we're going to have more shadow right here and getting less as we go away from this line, maybe like this. And the same right here. Right there. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of areas. I gotta put in this type of shadow right here, there, there, and of course I'll have to go in on the shadow side with this as well. Right now I just do this with the HB pencil for the light sides. I hope what I'm trying to do here is going to be visible once I completed this. Right now I'm not too convinced. Right there. Maybe right here. Right there. You need to go way darker here later. Okay, let me just go in from the other side. Maybe let's use the 7B pencil for that. Right here. Yeah. I think I'm far away from being able to draw a pretty desert landscape, but I think it's at least visible what I'm trying to do here. So I just go through with this for the entire scene. And yeah, I think, or maybe I have at least made one step forward from that last time when I tried to draw a desert. In this way, anyways. I mean, drawing the dunes like this all the way, I am able to, but I want to also be able to change the orientation and have a transition of orientation of the sand dunes. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, that's what I'm practicing. Practice makes perfect. Okay. So there are, of course, far more nuanced values and transitions in this that I'm not putting in right now, since, as I said in the beginning, I'm just trying to do the very basics right now. I can later go more in detail, more in depth, make it more complicated. But for now, I just want the very basics to be there and manipulate that grid that I started with into some organic shapes that somehow maybe resemble some sand dunes. Okay, over here. To the left. Also, my lines are really ugly right now. But yeah. It's because I'm not paying too much attention to them. I'm more paying attention to the overall thing right here. If I put the lines in here, that gets towards what I want it to be. Okay. Over here, in here. And back here, maybe some more lines in there. Okay, then we're going to have some more in here. Maybe let me go in. No, I don't. Well, don't think we're able to see too much of this side. It goes right down, maybe like this, like that. Okay. And then we've got this on the left side, on the shadow side right here. And here we go into the last line. Gotta go really dark up there. Somehow my lines end up darker down here than they're up here. Should be the other way around. Just a little bit in there. And then a couple more lines into the distance. Okay. So, this is our scene for today. Not a lot of variety in this. Just some dunes in the desert. Okay. All right. There we go. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you got something out of it. Maybe the inspiration or motivation to be creative yourself. Or you doing some other work. Or you're just relaxing while you're watching this. Whatever you do, please consider subscribing if you find yourself coming back to the channel. Drop a like on the video and go into the comment section to tell me what you think about what I'm doing here. So, with all this said, thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.